Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. St. Paul's WPBN Wolfpack Broadcast Network. Mike Arnold, Barry Strickland, Chip South in the booth here at Hunter Stadium, Covington, Louisiana. Got a game tonight, Barry, against Northshore High. Coming off a loss against our crosstown rival with Covington High there last week over at the Cow Palace, Jack Salter Stadium. So
kind of an upset, but I think that from what I can hear and what I'm hearing is that Coach Salter's, Coach Sears is getting our team ready to go. We've kind of put that behind us and moving forward. And tonight ought to be a big game for us. We ought to put up some yards, put up some passing yards, running yards, and our defense ought to be really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing us rebound from last week's loss.
I mean, really hope so, especially starting off the way we did last week, taking the ball, going right down the field, fast touchdown, and then kind of blanked past that. Defense got one down in the end. Defense was playing exceptional leading up really until midway through the third quarter into the end of the game, and they had no more steam left, and they lost. I mean, offense looked phenomenal on first drive, and then past that, we kind of killed ourselves with penalties. Couple questionable calls that we discussed on the field for a while. I guess we really don't try to live in the past too much, especially in a sport like football. You don't try to make excuses. You don't have to. But it's one of those things where it was really difficult for the Wolves to overcome last week, having to deal with all the adversity they had to last week, whether it be the intensity that Covington played with in the second half or some of the calls that went against them.
Right. So, looking into the game tonight, talking about last week, mentioned some of our team captains. Obviously, number 26, Mitchell Smith, senior running back. I'm
hoping that he has a good breakout game today. This will be his third game back. He's kind of got a lot of the kinks worked out, and I hope that he comes back and he really rolls today.
So if you're just tuning in, Hunter Stadium, got St. Paul's football versus North Shore tonight, live at Hunter Stadium, Covington, Louisiana. This is our Avala pregame show live on Facebook and YouTube. And if you're interested in watching the game after the Avala pregame show, you can go to WPBN.live and follow the instructions and sign up for that and watch us live on the Wolfpack Broadcast Network. So talking about our captains, we just mentioned number 26, Mitchell Smith, running back. Also number 31, Rhett Barker.
Rhett had a pretty good week last week.
He did.
The defense was on the field a lot. They no doubt that third quarter just wore them out. It seems like they never got off the field in the third quarter.
So this is our Avala pregame show. Chip, if you want to knock that logo off, we're going to go to Avala commercial in just a second. So number 66, Dylan Porsche, offensive lineman.
I saw those. I saw them. They were doing what they could with what they had to work with. We needed a little more coverage on our quarterback, a little more time to where he can get the ball down the field. But, like I said, I think they're going to rebound this week and look really good.
And our last senior captain, one of my favorite players to watch, number 81, Jacob Frolick. Plays both ways, defensive lineman, had a few sacks on the season. Also part of our favorite offensive setup is the meat package, where you bring in all the big boys.
They ended up giving him the ball 3 times?
They did. He didn't touch it all year. We talked about it at walk-ons the other night in the coach's show, asking him, you ever going to get the ball? You ever going to get the ball? And he says, well, it's in there. Who knows? And sure enough, first meat package last week at Covington. Our only touchdown of the game was a handoff to Frolick, and he steamrolled some poor kid.
That's what I want to say. If you go on the website, on Facebook, the very first highlight that you see, you will see Frolick steamroll that guy.
It is like unreal. He cracked his helmet from up where we were.
Had to give it to the guy. He stepped up in there. But I don't think he wanted to after that.
So big Jacob Frolick, number 81. So I'm not sure who will be on the field for the coin toss tonight, but we'll see that later. And Barry, we got 2 students coming in, St. Paul students, for our student spotlight feature this week. We got a senior Matthew Russo, big-time baseball player, great student. He's going to be in the booth here in about 10 minutes. He should be here any second. Southern Miss baseball commit, great student. We also have freshman football and track and field player, Grant Voyles. Been knowing Grant for a while.
He's got a unique
great story. And so we're going to hear from him after Matthew, and we'll talk about some of the starters for North Shore. And with that, we're going to go to a commercial break from our sponsor, Avala, and we'll be right back in just a few minutes on the Avala pregame show.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
And we're back here, Avala pregame show. Mike Arnold, Barry Strickland in the booth for WPBN, joined by Matthew Russo, senior baseball player at St. Paul's. How you doing, Matt?
Doing all right. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here, man. Just to let everybody know, you can see it on the screen right now, but Matthew is a 4.12 GPA student.
Oh, man, that's great.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You started 8th grade or 9th grade?
I started 9th grade.
9th grade here. He's been on the honor roll every quarter here at St. Paul's for through now. So great student, but great baseball player also. And
appreciate it.
Tell us. We always ask all the guys that come in here, the students. I think you're our fourth one. What do you love about St. Paul's? What's your favorite thing about the school?
Well, coming in, my mom taught here the year before I got here, and she said that the brotherhood here, it's just like something you can't really experience anywhere else. So that was the ultimate thing that not made me come here, but got me to choose this place.
Yep.
And I could say it's the brotherhood. Like, I'm friends with everybody, and like the baseball team, that's just another brotherhood, and it's just family around here. It's awesome.
Yep. So did you play anything else besides baseball? I know you only play baseball now.
I only play baseball.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I thought you might have played football.
They never try to recruit you or anything?
Oh, all the time.
They've been trying to get you to play football.
Yes, every year.
Because Mick and Sears and all them, I joke about trying to get him to play football, so that's why I had to throw that out there.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna bounce over to a clip. This is last year, Matthew. I was actually sitting in this game, so you can hear me in this clip. I was sitting next to your uncle, I believe, on the picnic table when you get this moonshot to the cafeteria. So this was against who?
St. Stanislaus.
St. Stanislaus. He hit this ball probably 420, 430 feet. I mean, you got all of that. And it was no doubter. So Matthew's a big hitter, committed to Southern Miss. You're excited about that.
Very excited.
That's a big, you worked your butt off. I know that.
Southern Miss is someone that goes to the World Series. They're pretty consistent about that.
I know. Excited about it.
So that was Matthew hitting the home run against St. Stanislaus. Then next clip up. I wasn't on this. I didn't see this one. So
this one
you
was
sent to me. This John Curtis,
yeah,
right?
This was
so
John Curtis.
this is another moonshot. You know, do you try to hit everything at the cafeteria, or you like to work
it
the
just
other way
naturally
sometimes?
I love hitting the other way.
Yeah, you do?
But yeah, it just happened. I just ran into a couple, you know.
I got you. Now let's talk about this. You as a freshman, second team All-District, All-Metro honorable mention as a freshman. That's a pretty big honor as a true freshman, especially at a baseball powerhouse like St. Paul's. I mean, that's a big-time deal. Sophomore year, first team All-District, All-Metro, and All-Parish. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you got a state championship.
Yeah,
we'll see a little clip
awesome.
here from it. I'm sure you're at first base in this.
Yeah, I am. I throw my glove up right once he strikes him out.
Yep. So this is John Curtis versus St. Paul State Championship over in Southern Louisiana, 2018, correct?
19, yeah.
Y'all were runners up in 2018.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So as far as I'm concerned, we got you know, y'all won it in 19. You were ranked number 1 last year before COVID hit. You were on a hot streak.
We were.
He was back like 600 or something. I mean,
very close.
Yeah, everybody was on fire and then shut it down for COVID-19. So in my eyes, and I told this to Coach Mick, as far as I'm concerned, back to back, you know, you got it, and we're going for the 3-peat.
Yeah, I'm excited about this year. So we have a lot of potential, you know.
Yep. So glad to have you in here, Matthew. We talked about, you know, your Southern Miss commitment. You know, how does that feel being able to take that next step? Because a lot of guys, you know, I've coached baseball forever. Got a lot of guys, you know, your goal is to make your high school team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's everybody's goal. And then your next goal, once you did that, was obviously to win, excel at your high school, and then look past that.
Yep.
I mean, I know I've seen you in the hitter's house, you know, working your butt off with numerous coaches, including Andy Canizero. I've seen you in there a few times with, you know, great hitting coach there. And I've seen, you know, last year working with Vitale, I think it was, a year before, always in there. You've played for Coach Ben Sheets for years.
I have, yes.
You know, you got a great baseball background, a lot of good people helping you. So
yeah, I'm excited. I'm like, it feels like surreal now that it's coming to an end. Like, it's something I worked for 3-4 years, and I was like, started getting recruited probably my freshman year, and I made the decision to go Southern Miss my sophomore year, midway through the season, and it's just like it's getting to that point where it's like, oh God, it's starting to happen, you know?
Yeah, it's starting to realize it. So I think baseball starts practice January 25th. Is that right?
We've just been working out.
Yep, right around the corner. You're working out with Coach Chuck and them over.
Diamond in the rough.
Yep,
that's where it's at.
Baseball team's loaded, guys. You know, thank you, Matthew, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Great student, 4.12 GPA, the most important thing. What are you majoring in at Southern Miss? Do you know yet?
Healthcare marketing.
Healthcare marketing.
That's what I'm majoring in.
Awesome. That's awesome. So thank you, Matthew.
Thank you for having me.
Powerhouse baseball team starting up January 25th. We got several signees, SEC, Southern Miss. I mean, you are a fun team to watch. We'll be streaming the games this year on WPBN and Facebook. So I'll be in the booth a few times. I know your dad's going to join us, Jeff Winchester. You know, we got a lot of dads that'll be cycling through there as far as commentary goes. And, man, I can't wait to see you all on the field. So
appreciate it.
So Matthew Russo, guys, senior first baseman, St. Paul's baseball team, 4.12 GPA, Southern Miss commit. Dude drops bombs. You know, fun player to watch. So don't park your car in left center. Right center, I'm sorry. Don't park it anywhere in the outfield when Matthew's back. So go move it down by Madison Street or something. And with that, we'll be right back, guys, with a break with our commercial from Avala. And thank you, Matthew.
Thank you.
So,
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
And we're back here, guys. Avala pregame show. Mike Arnold, Barry Strickland in the booth. We've been running the Avala pregame show through Facebook and YouTube all year. If you're just tuning in on Facebook, we have been going for about 30 minutes on the YouTube side. So we just had Matthew Russo, senior baseball player, in. It's not going to show on the Facebook right now, but it was on the YouTube. So if you want to go back and watch it, we apologize. It is on our YouTube.
I would encourage you to go back and watch that.
Yeah. So great student. We'll just kind of give the highlights again, and it is taped on the YouTube side. So anybody that, his parents or anything or family that missed it on the Facebook, it is on the YouTube channel, and we didn't realize we were not on Facebook also until just now. So so next up, just to wrap up with Matt for the guys that missed it, we had Matthew in here, 4.12 GPA. We've asked every single student, Barry, what they love about St. Paul's, and it's always they talk about the brotherhood, the camaraderie, the friends they make. Once again,
knowing everybody,
Yep. So I reach out to these students, every week that we try to get to come on, and every one of them, it seems like, is 4.0 or better. And we talked about the non-merit scholars. Did you Tally, our field goal kicker, is a semifinalist for that, I believe.
Okay.
So I saw that on a list the other day. If you're interested in sending your son to St. Paul's, open house is tomorrow, Saturday, tomorrow,
I would
October
encourage
31st.
you to go do it. I mean, It was something that we,
1 o'clock, so.
we were on the fence, and then we came over here to go through the tour, and it was like, this is where we want to be.
Yep.
There's no doubt in my mind then.
So it was awesome having Matthew Russo in here. Big-time baseball star, Southern Miss baseball commit. Going to see him playing on TV out of Hattiesburg and all over the South, moving forward. He's still got his senior season here. Won the state championship in 2019. As a freshman, second-team All-District, All-Metro, honorable mention, then sophomore, first-team All-District, All-Metro, and All-Parish. 2018 runner-up in baseball, 2019 state championship, ranked number 1 last year, and on a hot streak. We showed a couple clips of Matthew hitting a couple bombs against
pretty nice.
John Curtis and St. Stanislaus, and the dude can mash, and he's a big-time baseball player, and he's fun to watch. So, and there's a lot of fun guys to watch on that baseball team. Steven Splita, Connor Simon, Kate Anderson. I mean, there's a ton of them. So, big-time baseball team. But tonight we got St. Paul's versus Northshore. Got a matchup about to start here in about 30 minutes here
Getting
at
warmed
Hunter
up out
Stadium.
there,
Guys
all
are stretching.
out.
Northshore got here early, Barry. They were here at
they
seemed
be
like 3:30. They've been. I don't know if they can be worn out or. Chip, is it possible to be overstretched?
I think so. I mean, they were literally here.
I think they are.
We got here to set up everything.
They're already on the sidelines.
They're
already
they're
ready
bored.
for the.
They're bored. This is their halftime. So they've made adjustments already.
They've already got their captains ready to walk on the field.
Yeah, and they still got 30 minutes. So
dang.
So thanks everybody for watching Avala pregame show. Like I said, we messed up. Chip didn't hit a button on the Facebook part of it, and so the first segment with Matthew Russo is our first student spotlight. Is on the YouTube live channel. I'll copy all that and get it up on the social media later tonight. But we apologize for messing that up.
Don't worry, guys. It will be on there.
It is there. So we're learning every week, Barry. We started Wolfpack Broadcast Network. Didn't exist 45 days ago.
6 weeks into this,
Yeah. So we've reached almost 10,000 people. We got regular viewers in Canada, Mexico, and then somebody
Honduras last week.
Yeah, there was something somewhere.
I think, it was Honduras. I was looking at it on the live stream.
I see Christian Russell run up the stairs. But let's take a break, Barry. Thank our sponsor, Avala, one more time. And when we come back, one more student spotlight tonight. We got a freshman football and track star, Grant Voyles. He's got a special story ready to get him in the booth. And with that, we'll be right back with a word from Avala.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
Unmuted. And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen. Avala pregame show, getting ready for a kickoff. St. Paul's versus Northshore. Mike Arnold, Barry Strickland in the booth here, WPBN at Hunter Stadium. We're joined by our second student spotlight of tonight, Mr. Grant Voyles. How you doing, Grant?
Pretty good.
So Grant's got a really special story. I've been knowing Grant, coaching Grant in baseball since he was about 8.5. And Barry, y'all have been a part of that too. So, with Noah,
one of the first groups we knew, new families we knew. Yep.
So Grant, we'll go ahead and start. Grant's a 4.0 GPA student. Been on honor roll almost every quarter here at St. Paul's since 8th grade. It's his second year here. Grant, what's your favorite thing about St. Paul's?
I just it's a good environment, and you just know it's all boys, so you're good friends with everybody, and you always have people there for you.
Yep. So, and I know your older brother Tyler goes here also. He's a senior. great student also, great family, the Voyles, and we're glad to have you in the booth with us today, Grant. So just to kind of get into Grant's background, like I said, we've been knowing Grant since he was about 8. Grant was diagnosed when he was 11 with astrocytoma, a grade 2 brain tumor, and he was diagnosed when you were 11, right? January 25th, right?
Yes, sir.
So about 3.5 years ago. So Grant, from that diagnosis in January when he was 11, had surgery pretty much immediately that next month, about a month later. Mardi Gras Day, right, Grant?
Mardi Gras Day,
yep.
yes, sir.
February 28th. If you see on your screen right now, that's a picture of Grant. His first visit to St. Jude's Hospital in Memphis. Going into surgery, Grant has been a fighter as long as I've known him. Before his cancer diagnosis, the kid busted his butt at baseball. Anything else we coached him in or participated in. So there's no doubt you were going to fight this. You were going to battle it. Going into St. Jude's, big Dodgers fan. Your Dodgers got the World Series win the other night.
Took 3 tries.
Yeah, they choked the first couple. So, what I remember, if you see Grant in that picture right there, he's also got his bracelet on, his Grant Strong. That's your fundraising group,
yes,
right,
sir.
for St. Jude's. So, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But Grant being a huge Dodgers fan, Mr. Jack Crescent and the Knights organization. Jack Crescent's also a scout for the Dodgers, a cross-checker for the Dodgers. And awesome guy, set you up on field. At a Dodgers game, y'all went out to Chavez Ravine, got on the field. You met Justin Turner, I got it right, Clayton Kershaw, some of the other players. I know you literally, what did Clayton Kershaw show you when you were down there on the field with him?
He showed us his famous curveball.
Yep. So Grant got to meet Clayton Kershaw, World Series winner 3 nights ago, I think it was.
Yeah, 3 nights.
Definite Hall of Famer, big-time pitcher. Showed Grant how to throw a curveball. So Grant goes into surgery at St. Jude's. Now, you went and met them before surgery or after?
After surgery.
After surgery. So this is a post-surgery picture of Grant. You had an incision on your left side right here. Pretty big scar, about, 10, 12 inches?
So pretty much across my whole head,
whole skull. Yeah. So Grant's a fighter. Like I said, this is a picture of him post-surgery with some of the support animals they have at St. Jude's.
It was a service dog.
Service dog, yep. Yeah. So that's awesome. And so that's a picture of Grant. Now, cool thing is we talk about Grant being a fighter, Grant coming back. 3 weeks after surgery at St. Jude's, brain surgery, Barry, the guy's running in a track meet and places in the 100 and 200. For
pretty awesome.
That's amazing. So, we talk about Grant being a fighter. Places in 2 track meets 3 weeks after brain surgery, and then he comes back about a month or 2 later. We're playing in a World Series in Destin, Florida. Grant's playing center field, I believe, right, at the time.
Yes,
You're playing center
sir.
Field. Bottom of the last inning, last game of the season. We call timeout, bring Grant on the mound. So Grant comes up. Everybody's nervous. He's a great baseball player, great hitter, great outfielder, great second baseman, but didn't really pitch a lot. So I said, we're going to throw Grant up there. So Grant gets up there, and 1 batter, 1 strike, 2 strikes. I think there's a runner on second and third. He's in a stretch position. Before he comes set, I hollered out there. I said, Grant, step off. And Grant stepped off, and you looked at me, and what did I tell you?
I remember you did the finger motion.
Yeah, I flicked the wrist. Kershaw curve. Let's see it. I mean, he learned it. He learned it from.
That's pretty awesome.
But that same pitch, I was thinking I wanted to throw it either way.
Yeah.
But then I didn't see you do it, but I knew I was throwing it.
Yeah. Well, it's a better story if you tell people you saw it. So sure enough, next pitch he breaks off a 12-6, and the dude whiffs at it, and ball game, strike 3. That's what I.
You
tell
reckon that
people.
picture is the 12-6 there?
It might be.
Position,
it's one of the 3 pitches he threw.
Yeah.
So and they were all 3 strikes. So he got out of that. Now here's the amazing thing. So Grant is still a patient at St. Jude. So this is his most recent photo. When he was first diagnosed back at 11 years old, they went from. I got to get this right. Where's my notes? Every 3 months to every 4 months, going up to St. Jude's. Now, then every 6 months. Now you've been scaled down to once a year.
Yes, sir.
Last time you went was about 4 months ago, probably.
May, yeah.
Yeah, May, right after COVID hit. So that's Grant in his last visit there. Your next visit's in May, obviously, again.
Yes, sir.
You've had the surgery. They removed 90% of your golf ball size tumor. You've been cleared to play football as an 8th grader last year. Grant's also on the football team. We got a highlight of your interception. Make sure you hit that audio when it plays. You can cut it over, Chip. and just hit the audio. There you go. So this was Grant's got 2 pick sixes on the year. The first one in the Pie Bowl. Second one, this is him against Slidell. Jumps the route, runs it back about 45 yards. We're going crazy in the booth. Your dad's going crazy, throwing his drink and popcorn everywhere in the stands. And second pick six of the season. How's it feel, man?
It feels good because I just never thought I'd be here today.
Yeah.
And just everything I've been through, it feels good.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Grant's a fighter, and Barry, I mean.
Well, it shows that, running down that sideline there that you can get it done, man.
I think the scary thing is right now is Grant has actually outscored our offense in freshman ball this year by himself.
Yes, he has. And we have a pretty good. Have a pretty good freshman offense, but Grant's 2 pick sixes are majority of our touchdowns. So you can see. I'm gonna hold it up a little bit closer. But when Grant's playing, he wears 2 armbands. The gold armband right here with the St. Jude's logo representing that he is and he has one on right here. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of raise your arm there, Grant.
Right here.
So if you don't know his number or you forget his number, look for the guy with the
2 gold armbands.
2 gold armbands.
And
above his elbow.
That represents you being an inpatient at St. Jude's.
Sir.
So he's still a patient at St. Jude's, still going on treatment for his brain tumor, and that's it right there. And then he also. If you can't spot the 2 gold armbands, he always has a gray towel. The gray represents childhood cancer. Is that right?
Yeah. No, the gray represents brain tumors.
Brain tumor.
And then the gold ribbon's pediatric cancer.
Yeah, and gold ribbon is pediatric cancer. So Grant, I can't say enough about you. I tell people about you all the time.
It's a good deal, man. It's definitely you're a walking miracle, and every day that you get on that field, I know you've got to ask for a good God's blessing on this thing, huh? And no doubt. So, but it's anything you want to say to all your fans out there?
No.
That maybe go Wolves. maybe
something.
Yeah.
Grant, tell them real quick. Glad to have you up here. I know you try to raise as much money as you can for St. Jude. So I know you do the marathon every year in Memphis. So. If you want to give money to St. Jude's, it's a great cause. stjudes.org, right, Grant? So go there, and I promise you they'll have ways for you to give them your money. So can't say it enough. Walking miracle. Track, football, baseball. The kid has fought hard. He's overcome the odds, and I root for you every day. Grant.
Yeah, and he's got 2 great parents down there that, man, I tell you what, meet your every need, don't they? Yeah. And I think they're definitely blessed to have you here and still have you here and see you doing what you're doing. I mean, it's amazing what you're doing. So
thank you.
So Grant Voyles, freshman, football, track, St. Paul's, 4.0 GPA, honor roll student. So with that, we'll be right back and with a word from our sponsor, Avala, and thank you, Grant, and we'll be right back here at Hunter Stadium.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a 3-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a 3-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Yeah. All right. And we're back here. You can put the Avala logo on the pregame logo.
Hey, do you have another one of these?
Back here, Avala pregame show. Yeah, I do. It's in here. Mike Arnold, Barry Strickland, WPBN in the booth. Just had Grant Voyles, our second student spotlight of the night. Amazing story. You know, you can't say enough about it, Barry. It's I've been knowing the kid for 5 years now, and it's 7 years now.
Yeah, about 7. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're getting old. And yeah, so just
3 years out from his surgery.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we talked about it 3 weeks after surgery. Winning of a 200-meter shuttle and then placing in the 100. So track meet at Covington when he was running for Christ Episcopal.
Sure didn't slow him down.
It did not. It did not. So root for him every day. Great story. His Grant Strong Foundation raising money for St. Jude's. The kid raises a ton of money for St. Jude's. So just an amazing story. And then right before that, senior baseball star Matthew Russo. 2 great students. I think we've done 5 student spotlights and 4.0 or better on all of them. Between the team captains and all that stuff, we're about to have the coin toss here. It looks like the referees are out there. Chip's walking down to the field.
We talk about St. Paul's, and people talk about being a sports school and having lots of sports. We do. We do, and we excel at that.
Yep.
But, man, do we excel in the books.
Yeah.
We see it time and time again.
Yep.
And these kids are getting the knowledge,
Yep.
the training they need to go on beyond sports. The percentage of kids that go on to play college in sports, not really high. The kids that go to college, high.
Yep.
So that's they're preparing us for the next level. Arming our kids for the next level.
So just kind of talk about the starting lineup for the Wolves, St. Paul's Wolves. Barry, I'll run through the offense and I'll let you run through the defense. So just kind of getting started there. Obviously, junior quarterback number 2, Grant Bilson, having a great year so far. He's 60 for 110, 55% of his passes right at 1,000 yards, 2 touchdowns, averages about 8 yards a pass and over 200 yards a game. So, he's a fun kid to watch. He's got a great group of receivers. Then at running back, we got Ben Noblock, number 10. Yards after the run, Barry, we talk about it every week. The kid gets hit, and he usually gets 2 or 3 yards after he gets hit for the first time, so never stops moving his feet. Number 12, senior tight end, Garrett Lauterbach. Big, strong kid, good athlete, usually has a few catches a game and makes an impact for the offense and moves the chains. 2 wide receivers, or 3 wide receivers. You got 14, Brody Reyna, one of Bilson's favorite targets, but he does move the ball around between the receivers and the tight ends. But Reyna, usually has a highlight catch every game. It seems like dragged both feet last week, keeping them in bounds. Amazing catch. You can go see that on our Facebook channel for the replays there. And then you got number 17, Cole Piazza. Fast wide receiver, makes things happen with the ball. And then also number 84, Nathan Vitale. Vitale usually has a couple really good catches a game also. And all those guys, Piazza, Vitale. Yep. And fullback, number 23, Nick Piazza. That's Cole's brother. So we got 2 Piazza boys on the field. Nick, full head of steam, usually lowers his head and hurts somebody when he hits them. So you don't hit him, he hits you as a fullback. Part of the meat package also. Another running back, senior, number 26, and team captain Mitchell Smith. Glad to have him back. This is his 3rd week back. He had a hamstring injury earlier in the season, but he's back 100%, so fun to watch him. Offensive line, these guys have been moving people all year, Barry. Right guard, number 53, Ryan Blanchard. Center, number 54, Dylan Buckle. Left tackle, number 65, Ben Dufour. I said it wrong, and I apologize for mispronouncing some of these names, but a lot of things happening up here, so we'll get it right. So Ben Dufour, number 66, team captain and senior left guard Dylan Porsche. and then number 68 right tackle Nicholas Vining. So that's going to wrap up the offensive side, and they're fun to watch. You know, there are a lot of special players all around the ball, Barry. So I'll kick it over to you with the defense.
They're led by number 9, Danny Sears.
Yep.
And these two guys that I'm going to mention next, these two cornerbacks, had a great game last week. Even though we came out with a loss, we had a great game. But that Scherer and Dufour, they both had interceptions in that game. And, wish those interceptions could have turned over into points, but they weren't able to. But they did their job, and that's really good. Then we had linebacker Dawsett. Man, he seems like he's everywhere. He just flies around.
Yep.
We'll call his name a lot tonight. And Satches, he's also a good guy coming off the edge. Like to watch him. Then we have the strong safety Freeman. He's had a great games this year and working hard. And our free safety Calvert. Now Calvert, you just never know where he's going to be either. And he's had several interceptions this year, and it's been really, really good to watch him play. Kier Nunez is going to be number 32, and he is going to be one of our linebackers, and he's working hard. He's a junior this year and working hard and seeing improvement every week. We have our linemen, our big boys. Defensive tackle is Rushing. Our defensive end, Jacob Frolick, one of our team captains, and a beast on the meat package. And then we have our last defensive tackle, which is Aiden Richards. He's fun to watch as well. Big guys up front. They're hard to be moved around, and they do what they can and do great down in the trenches.
Well, that's our starting lineup here tonight at the Avala pregame show, and with that, we're going to take one more break, and then we're going to cut to our broadcast. So if you want to watch the game, you can find it at WPBN.live. We'll be here just a few more minutes on the Avala pregame show, but we will go live for the game on our website, WPBN.live. Follow the instructions there. And Chip South's down on the field about to interview Coach Sears, and we're waiting for the Wolves to run out. I don't quite see them yet, so we'll be right back. And with that, we'll take a commercial break from our sponsor, Avala, #1 surgery center in Louisiana.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging. At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Welcome back, Avala pregame show. Mike Arnold, Barry Strickland in the booth. Exciting matchup, getting ready for it. Barry, St. Paul's Wolves.
Ready for a rebound this week.
Yep.
Ready for us to blow some people up and catch some passes and run some people over.
Yep. So ready to face off against Northshore Panthers. I know they got here super early, Barry. They were here before me, I think. They're probably anxious, ready to go. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You've been here too long, but we're getting ready. So
golly, they were
about to run out.
4:45, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we got our north end zone camera ready. See some of Tally's PATs.
Yes.
Special teams, Coach Sam Francis, we talked to him the other night on the pregame show. Super nice guy, fun to talk to, and special teams have been a huge part of all three of our wins.
Yep.
The Wolves going we're 3-1 right now with the loss last week to Covington. North Shore so far this year, I'm not sure about their record. I'll get Christian Russell to pull that up as soon as he gets in here, our statistician. But we're getting ready for this matchup, and what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and wrap up the Avala pregame show. Want to thank our two guests, Matthew Russo, senior first baseman, and then also Grant Voyles, freshman football and track star. So thank you to Grant, thank you to Matthew. One's a 4.0 student, the other one's a 4.12, both honor rolls every quarter. Can't say enough about the guys here at St. Paul's. Students, faculty, everything about the school is great. So we're going to wrap up the Avala pregame show. Thank you to our sponsor, Avala. And if you want to watch the game, go to WPBN.live, and it'll be there live. And if you want to watch it, St. Paul's and the North Shore Panthers. So with that, Mike Arnold, Barry Strickland in the booth, and we're going to go ahead and
Go Wolves!
cut off, and we're going to go to our live stream of the game, and we'll see you there.